Games we got thrown some challenges at us, and I think throughout the 2 games a good way to be able to reflect on it is that we just weren't able to stand up to those challenges that Pakistan threw us. That's the great thing about Test cricket, is that it's always throwing challenges at you. You learn definitely a lot about yourself as a player and as an individual about your attitude when those challenges are thrown at you. And the quickness and time that we've got to come over those and then go to New Zealand and face a new challenge, that's obviously from a player's point of view, is such an exciting bit, that we've got 2 weeks now to sort of go home, refresh ourselves and then look forward to New Zealand. But that doesn't take away obviously the disappointment of losing games and losing series for England.
What were the specific challenges you reckon that you fell short of in this last 2 Test matches then?
Look, it's very easy to sit there and say at the end when everything's unfolded that could we have done things a little bit different, comparing ourselves to how Pakistan went about it. But when you walk out on the field, we're all very clear and have complete and utter clarity in how we think we need to go about it out there, which best suits us as players and as individuals. And I'm sure Pakistan would have been the same. But when you can't stand up to those challenges as much as you would like to, you're probably going to fall on the wrong side of the result, and that's certainly what's happened these last 2 games.
Look, in the end, credit to Pakistan. The way that those 2 spinners, Naman and Sajid, bowled was superb. They were brave enough to make decisions on their personnel, and they were brave enough to make decisions on the surfaces that they wanted to play on. And I'm surprised it's taken this long for them to play on surfaces like that over here. Because they were very good. I thought they varied the pace beautifully. I've seen Noman from one end taking pace off most of the time with the occasional fast one, and Sajid flipping that around and putting pace on with the occasional slow one. I thought it was great partnership bowling, and and our guys weren't able to sustain it, the pressure, unfortunately. But that's life, and we obviously coughed up the opportunity to win the series. But we did some good stuff throughout, and we leave ultimately disappointed, but also very much complimentary of how Pakistan played. Could we have been better? Yeah, of course you can, right? Any time you lose a test or lose a series, you've got to look back and you've got to have that period of reflection, and we'll do that. It's not, we'll have a look and say, right, next time we're presented with conditions similar to that, how will we respond? What do we need to do? Do we need to vary our pace more? Do we need to adjust our tactics more? And that's natural, right? No different to when a batsman gets out. One thing I will say about the batting group as well is it's pretty much the same batting group that came here 2 years ago and were outstanding in these conditions, and the same batting group that put on 800 in the first Test match. As the conditions changed, we were presented with different challenges, and we weren't quite able to adapt to those challenges, and that's a missed opportunity.
It's never an overreaction from the team. I think this is the 2nd series they've lost with Bazball, with this coaching setup and captaincy setup. They lost a series in India, and they've lost a series here, and that can't be coincidence. And it's all well and good Brendan saying, well, last time we were here we got 500 in a day and we won 3-0, and first Test we got 800. They were completely different conditions and pitches to this. So why do you think they changed it, Pakistan? Not only did it suit their game, they realised that it doesn't suit England's game. A lot of England batters have hard hands. Saud Shakil is brought up in Karachi. This would have just been another pitch for him. Noman Ali is brought up on flat pitches in Pakistan. He does people before it lands. So that's all. That's why I asked that last question. What fans and people want to know is, are you learning? Are you improving? Or are you just saying, that's the way we play? And if it's our day and if it's coming onto the bat, we'll go and get 500. Or we'll get 800 and Brook will get 300 and Root will get 250. And if it spins, that's the question. Before this Test match, lads, if it spins, what are you going to do? Jack, what are you going to do? Have you watched their left arm spinner who's going 70k, 70k, 80k, 70k, 70k? Have you watched their off spinner Bash who's going 80k, 80k, 70k? Are you watching their young batter from Karachi, Saud Shakil, who's not hitting it with hard hands? You look at Zach in the first 3 innings he played against Noman Ali. Zach Crawley was driving on the up and getting caught cover, nick, and caught slip. And same with Ollie Pope yesterday, driving out in front, lunging out in front with a ball that's dipping. Are you seeing how Saud Shakil is manoeuvring that ball on the offside? That is, listen, if I was a captain or a coach, that's what or even a fan, That's why I'd be interested. Mistakes happen. Part of sport is mistakes. You speak to any great coach or leader, it's not knocking the mistakes, because then you put fear in your side. And that's why McCullum and Stokes speak the way they do. They don't want to knock them and hit their confidence, because that makes a fearful side. But the flip side of that, you've got to learn.